Welcome in to the Tailgate Wild Card Weekend. We don't really know what we're doing here, but we're here, and so is Spencer. Spencer has like a really good Saturday tailgate. We don't really have a planned vibe to him.
He does.
Absolutely. I just go with the flow.
Yeah, he just
kinda
comes in and rolls.
my jam.
Rolls with the punches. And speaking of rolling with the punches, boys, we got a shot to take.
All right, shot ski time.
Here's to the NFL
Cheers.
playoffs. The Yoffs, as some call them.
The Yoffs? Can we do that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We're calling them
You
the
didn't-
Yoffs.
yeah.
The last year without the Broncos in them for the next decade.
Nice. Oh, that was good. Good pour, Ben.
I feel like we're disappointing our public with me not, annihilating a lime after that. And
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And the DNVR bar is back open, so we actually could get limes probably. Jesus.
I could have brought a lime. I actually have a lime at the house.
Hank,
I made some
this has
flautas.
been a big week for you.
Yeah.
How's it?
Well, Hank got HelloFresh, is that right? Well,
Yes.
I mean, a
Yes.
food delivery service that
Yeah.
will not
No
be
free
named.
ads.
No free ads.
No free
No
ads.
free
No
ads.
free-
No free ads.
One free ad.
Yeah.
How's
all
that
you
been?
got.
So the big news is that I don't have a potato masher, and so I can't commit to the shepherd's pie yet because you have to be able to mash all the Yukon potatoes.
Those arrived. That order arrived Monday.
Sunday, which means today is the day to make that shepherd's pie.
Yeah, that's
Might be
not
time
happening.
to
Yeah.
order a masher online. Can we get that delivered to his house?
I keep thinking, like, I don't have...
Henry's
I can
family.
go to a store and get
You
a
were
masher.
born with a potato masher. It's right here.
So true.
Your hand?
Yeah,
Or your heel.
I don't... Would that work?
I think so.
I don't... I guess I've never punched a potato. There's no way that that would mash it.
What a good guy.
I mean,
I don't know.
Spence?
Maybe a drop an elbow on it.
Oh.
Elbow?
Heel. Like you crash wine, a little heel, maybe tape it. We can get some web magic, maybe. Maybe
Yeah,
you fall
maybe.
and start screaming. and-
Maybe. I just feel like I just feel like I need like a
Yeah.
I don't really know, a potato masher, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe you could put on like a Nolan Arenado jersey and then you could mash.
No, then I could mash 2 years
Or
ago.
our DNVR Colorado rakes.
Oh, I don't really need to rake the
you could
potatoes. That'd be like French fries.
Could you use like a brewski?
Honestly, I haven't even looked at the potatoes, so it's kind of tough for me to say what would and wouldn't do what to a
So
potato.
the show is about
yeah,
football.
I know we haven't really
Can we
gotten
talk
anywhere.
about that?
It used to be.
No, I think it's still
A
ill.
long time ago.
Yeah, that was I remember
Honestly,
those days.
It hasn't been about football for many moons.
I'm old enough to remember when the show was about football.
Even then, though,
All right.
foggy memory at best.
Kale
peop-
in the comments saying
Morning, Kale.
fam.
What up, dog?
Morning, Kale. All right, you mentioned something right before we took that shot. You said this is the last time the Broncos won't be in the playoffs for the next 10 years. So you must be talking about Deshaun Watson going to Denver.
It's coming. It's happening. Either Deshaun Watson or Drew Lock figuring it out.
All right. Well, it's more fun to talk about Deshaun Watson right now. So that's what we're going to do because we're here to have fun. 2 days ago, I was on the DNVR Broncos podcast, and I was like, this would never happen, but it's fun to talk about. Let's talk about it. Every waking moment since then, it's become a little bit more likely. It is now clear that in my opinion, there is a very decent chance that Deshaun Watson ends up getting traded because they outwardly disrespected him. If you haven't been following along, you should, because this will be the most fun part of the offseason. Deshaun Watson wanted to meet with ownership and give some candidates for the head coach and GM job. He specifically told them, I'm not expecting you to hire these guys. I just want you to consider them. Then Cal McNair, which, what a douchey name.
All-timer.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
just like, you know that someone named Cal McNair is going to double cross you. They will
happened
put
to
in
me
your
many
life to
times
fuck
already.
you over.
Whoa.
So, anyways, he gives him double bird.
Tang.
I almost did it.
Well, you
It was
can.
like a half.
If someone screenshotted that, they could find
He
it.
gives him double bird, says, I do not care about your opinions at all. They are worthless to me.
Oh, this isn't an exact quote.
Well, it's an interpretation.
It's your
My
interpretation. Yes.
As he said, your opinions are worthless to me. Screw you. I'm hiring who I want.
This is a dramatic reenactment
Yes,
through
yes.
Ryan's words.
Yes, exactly. So Deshaun Watson has every right now to double bird it back and say, I'm never playing for you.
Which he essentially is doing by not responding to any communication.
Yes, if you remember the Jay Cutler saga in Denver, we have reached the part where he's not returning phone calls.
Yes.
And that's a tough one to get past. Henry knows about not getting phone calls and text returns.
Okay,
You gotta
on the cool side of it, on the side of being the guy who
You're the
doesn't
Deshaun
respond.
Watson in this case?
I mean, I'm certainly not the Cal McNair.
Yeah, you're not.
Definitely not.
This is legit. Now, there's a big gap between Deshaun Watson could be getting traded and Deshaun Watson could be getting traded to the Broncos. Because every team in the NFL who has any interest in upgrading their quarterback position will line up.
There should be about 20 conservatively.
At least.
Yeah.
At least. I mean, we're talking about top 5 quarterback in the NFL here, in my opinion.
25 already signed to a long-term contract, a fairly modest long-term contract.
Under $40 million a
quarterback.
year, which is what the going
With
rate
the
will
cap
be
hit,
for
yeah.
him here on out.
And then by trading for him, you're also saving a little on the guaranteed.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, acquiring Deshaun Watson is a rare opportunity that, I don't know, comes around once every 20 years.
We've got
Like John Elway, Peyton Manning type deal.
oh, yeah.
Like guys like this don't come available
Ever.
right. So and that's why you can basically write a blank check if you're
Exactly.
interested in Deshaun Watson.
And we'll talk about that in a second here. We have a viewer here who is getting in on the fun with us. So we want
Rick is taking a shot with you guys.
Hell yeah, Rick.
Yeah, Rick.
And we're hoodie twinsies, Rick. and I.
Wow.
That's right.
They don't call him BD Rick for nothing.
Wow.
Indeed.
They certainly
That's
don't.
True.
Anyways,
Shout out to him.
Big time shout out to Rick. He just got a new nickname. So.
Andre, you mentioned blank check.
Ah, yes.
Where do you draw the line on what you would give up for Deshaun Watson?
There is none. He could be a co-owner of the franchise.
I'm so in on that.
Right?
I mean,
if I'm saying these opportunities only come around once in a lifetime.
And here's the thing. You kind of have to court him here because he has a no-trade clause.
Indeed.
So if they want to ship him to San Francisco and he says, no, then they can't ship him to San Francisco anymore. So you do have to court him a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's what I said last night. I'm like, forget having say in the general manager. You can be the general manager.
I mean, we're not talking about like Jesus here. Like it is a
Well-
human being who has played pretty well and like top 5 quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, those are easy in front of him. The way Josh Allen's played, that's probably right there.
Yep.
And then you get into guys like Russell Wilson, who I think you still have to have in front, and he fell off a little bit late, but that was a dominant offense. And then right there, you're sitting at 5 at best, and that's before you get to guys
5
like
at best, as if that's some sort of a knock.
oh yeah, but that's just where we are. And like this is a really big commitment if you're buying in. You're saying he's 5 at best right now. You have guys like, you could put Lamar Jackson where you want to put him. You could put Baker if you think he has the upside to get in front of him, then maybe he gets in front of him. Like it's not like he's a lock to be top 5 going forward because you have guys like Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert and so many of these other guys who are just coming into the league now. Kyler Murray.
But you have a ticket to the table.
Yeah, you do. But that ticket, I mean, it depends on what the cost is, and that's all I'm going to say. Is
Okay, so
you aren't just like
Andre
off
says
and running.
no line, which there is a line, but I respect the answer. Henry,
I mean,
draw the line.
what the report we heard from Ben Albright was 3 firsts, 3 seconds, and a player, right?
Yep.
So that's getting right up there near that line. Because when you think about like,
But do you do it or not?
I still probably do it. I still probably do it. But you're getting into that area where it starts to get scary because, first of all, like, do the Broncos have the pieces right now to compete for a title? I'm not totally sure that they do.
We know one piece they don't have.
That is true, and you
it's
do fix
Deshaun
that
Watson.
piece. But then you also know that, like,
Plays for the Texans.
what happens if it doesn't work out with Deshaun, and you guys don't win, and then now you're 5 years down the road, you didn't have 3 firsts and 3 seconds, and, like, right now, if you're the Broncos, you didn't have the last 3 firsts and 3 seconds, then you don't have
But that's like saying, what if Peyton Manning doesn't come back from his neck surgery? Like,
Yeah.
you just take that risk and figure it out afterwards.
But they
There's
were
a
a
lot of
playoff
people-
team before.
There's a lot of people in the comments who are saying you're anti-Drew Lock because you are considering Deshaun Watson. Can you clear that up?
Yeah, I mean, anyone who's ever watched this show, listened to the DNVR Broncos podcast, followed any of our coverage, knows I am maybe the biggest standing Drew Lock supporter that still exists. But I'm also a realist. And when it comes down to it, if you have an opportunity to upgrade the position at this level, you do it. Now, if you want to talk about Sam Darnold, we can have a conversation about whether or not that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
But you can't have that conversation here. And as much as I believe in Drew Lock, if Drew Lock ever got to the point that Deshaun Watson is at now, it would be an incredible – the odds are stacked against that.
His ceiling isn't there.
It probably isn't quite there. So if he reached his ceiling, which I still believe he's capable of doing, I believe he's capable of a lot,
Absolutely.
You're still talking about I don't want to limit him too much, but if he ever became a top 10 quarterback, it would be huge for the Broncos. Deshaun Watson's sitting at 5 right now, in my opinion. You can make the argument for 4. So it's just it's such an opportunity that you can't pass it up. Spence?
Yeah, Drew Lock right now is that girlfriend that you've had for 2 years. You've been up and down. You're comfortable with her. And then Deshaun Watson's the supermodel that walks by that you're like, I got a chance.
And she happens while she's walking by to tell you, I hate my boyfriend.
And she winks
And you're
at
like,
you.
oh, okay.
And you're like, do I stay in this 2-year relationship that's been rocky, or do I go for something new that is 10
Scary.
times better?
Yeah.
It's definitely scary.
Well, no,
nervous
it's
about
not
it,
scary
but-
because she loves all of the same sports teams that you do. She has all of the same interests. She wants to play Madden with you.
The only
she
problem
plays
is
golf.
She expects to
it's-
live in a high rise in downtown, and your credit's a little tight. And that's Henry's concern. Henry sees us as desperate to get into the yacht club. He wants to be he's afraid he will be the only guy at the yacht club wearing Crocs because he couldn't afford anything better, though, right?
Is that
That's
true,
kind of
Henry?
where
Is that
we're
how you
at.
feel?
I mean,
Well, that's what the Texans are.
I'm just worried about
Exactly. You
losing the
don't wanna be
equivalent
the
of
Texans
Jerry
West.
Jeudy, Noah Fant, Bradley Chubb, Dalton Reisner, and the 2 other seconds.
KJ Hamler.
KJ Hamler and
Where do I
Who's the other?
sign? I would give up those guys instead of draft picks
but
every day.
the concerning part to me is that if it doesn't work out with Deshaun Watson, then you're in the exact same position the Broncos are in right now, talent-wise.
No.
Yeah, you are.
Because you have a franchise quarterback.
Well,
Yes,
if he wanted
indeed.
to leave or something, because it's not working, and because he isn't. When Peyton Manning didn't play for the Colts that one year, they won 1 game after going to the playoffs, however many years in a row. Well,
Legendary.
Deshaun Watson was in terrible circumstances. He won 4 football games. He is not that Peyton Manning, that level of quarterback
But they made the
who just
playoffs
consistently
several
wins.
years
People are
in a row
asking
prior.
if
True. With,
Henry has watched Deshaun Watson play.
Yes, I have.
So
Yes,
if
I
you've
have.
Just, if
I mean,
you're just
he
looking
said
at
he'd give up
highlights of Deshaun
Exactly.
three
Watson-
I'm
thirds and
just-
3 seconds, so let's not
I
get
did say
carried away
3
here.
firsts and 3 seconds. That's what that's probably a good deal, but that does really scare me because there's a way that you are just taking all of the talent out of the franchise and not giving him a chance to win. Then he leaves and you're without anything.
What I'll
at
say
all.
is that it's a lot easier to replace picks. Once you trade away picks, it's not like you can't ever get them back. You can get picks, but it's also extremely easy to replace skilled position players compared to replacing franchise quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And
When you have a franchise quarterback, it's much
A lot
easier
yeah, exactly.
to upgrade fringe starters into solid starters and so on and
Well,
so forth.
here's my question for you guys. Do you think now that John Elway has moved out of the GM spot, it's more or less likely we get Deshaun Watson?
more.
Because I think with John Elway personally, I think he would have, if he was trying to move on and continue to build this team up, he would have gone for something like Deshaun Watson.
Absolutely.
For me, it seems like the new GM, like you tweeted it, I think Wednesday, the new GM will become an absolute legend if he gets Deshaun Watson. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, being a new GM, are you going to want to mortgage your next 3 years of first-round picks to do that?
What I love about that scenario is obviously there has to be a two-way agreement here, where the Broncos realize we need a franchise quarterback, and Nick Caserio in Houston says how am I ever going to build anything here with no capital? And there's a marriage there where the Broncos say, we get what we want, you get what you want, we'll give you a ton of capital, we get our franchise quarterback. And the Broncos also already have the pieces in place on offense. So it's not like you're going to get stuck in a scenario where Drew Lock is throwing to Kiki Kuti and Chad Hansen or whatever the hell that guy's name is.
It's Chad Hansen.
Like he was on the Broncos a couple years ago.
Of course.
And he did nothing. Deshaun Watson made him look like a legitimate NFL player. So you put Deshaun Watson with Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Noah Fant, Albert Okwuegbunam. Like now you're cooking with gas.
Hopefully.
Even if you have to trade one of those guys.
Let's take a look at the comments because people have a lot of opinions on this. First, Alfonso says, "Love the show. Broncos fan from Minnesota. Keep up the great work."
Nice.
Straight up, would you trade Hank's beard for Deshaun Watson?
Absolutely.
Ooh, we need the beard.
The beard has given Henry like new
It's
life.
it's really all I have at this point. I was thinking about it.
I
It's
need a
like
beard.
that is just kind of who I am. Like at the deepest level, it's just like a guy with a beard now. Oh yeah, can I
Okay.
have
Just drop IPA.
something?
You want this or you want that?
I'll take that. Oh, this will be fun. I'll try to open
Wait, you want this?
it. Yeah, sure.
All right, I got it.
Oh,
Use it
nice.
as a potato masher.
Unless you want to open it
back
with your
home.
teeth.
No,
Ryan.
no.
We support
never
good
tried.
dental health on this
Yes.
show.
Yes.
Or he's gonna have to go see Green Mountain Dental Group and get that taken care of.
Which I would love to
that
get
would
out there.
come with a free Sonicare. So
Yes. If you
a
schedule a
bargain deal
cleaning
for
X-ray and
Henry,
exam.
but I suggest not doing that.
Antonio is in here saying, "I'll be laughing at you all unloyal fans when we are inducting Locke into the Hall of Fame."
I will be laughing with you, Tiz.
I will still be saying like
But you
I believed in Drew Lock all along, and I still wanted Deshaun Watson.
not-
He's also going into the Hall of
That's
Fame this
it's also
year.
not in like a word for word comparison with like what happened with Tebow and Peyton Manning. Like it's not.
No.
But you're saying like I'd rather keep Tebow.
Oh,
You're
I
saying
wouldn't go that
loyal to,
far.
like,
Henry,
what
You're talking to a
more
guy whose
for,
dog's
like-
name is Tebow.
That's true.
I know.
Henry's more for like
Drew Lock is better.
sound building and not putting all your chips in the middle of the table when you're at this.
It's like,
stage
what
of
if the
game.
Nuggets had gone all in for Jimmy Butler a couple years ago? Where would we be?
They,
I think
There
might be a
basketball's
banner up
different.
there.
It's possible.
NBA
It's very
Finals
possible.
I think basketball's different when it comes to that.
Basketball.
Yeah. I think Tim Tebow's different.
You can make the case that quarterback is the only position that can have an impact like one basketball. player
Exactly
can
right,
have.
Ryan. Yes, that's correct.
Drew is
That'll
here
get
saying
you to 4 wins.
Dre casually
Stop.
dropping an entire Eminem lyric without realizing it and moving on is what I needed this morning.
He said, "I'm
Indeed.
Slim Shady, the real Slim Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating."
Tell us what
out of
that
nowhere.
lyric was, because this brain's forgotten a lot of things, but sometimes I'll surprise myself. So let us know what that was. Drew. I thought these would all be incendiary comments about Deshaun Watson. It's like, love you from Minnesota. Andre's doing full lyrics on Eminem. What's going on here?
Michael says you need a contest. If Spence outdrives Deshaun, he plays in Denver. If Deshaun wins, he still comes to Denver, but Spence has to get a haircut.
I bet RK would take Deshaun in that.
Legendary.
In the long
Yeah,
drive
yeah.
contest? No. Spence is my guy. I wonder what his golf swing looks like.
Kale
Important
says,
part of being a quarterback.
I just
Very
want to
true.
be in the yacht club. Eric said, considering
Oh,
that
yeah.
Hank is also the only single one in this panel,
And that actually came up yesterday.
there is such a
Wait,
thing
hold
as
on.
too fearful. Take a chance.
Hank literally said
oh,
yesterday,
a little-
it's just a really big commitment.
It is.
And I was like,
It
oh,
is.
so this is a commitment thing for
Yeah.
you.
Oh, a lot of things are commitment things for me.
We know.
But I mean, this one,
leap, bro.
it scares me.
Michael is saying that Hank needs to ask the women on Tinder if they trade for Deshaun Watson.
New twist.
That is,
Get
oh,
it
thank
started.
goodness. Yes.
No, not would you trade. What would you give up for Deshaun Watson
What
if
is-
you're the Broncos?
What would
Oh, I
you
have to
do
say, if
to
you're the
get
Bro-
Deshaun Watson to
There's
Denver?
a
no.
lot of ways. Yeah, there's,
That could end up really well for
he
you.
was looking at
could.
like semi-nudie gifts on the last show, so I can only
That's fair.
imagine what
Semi-
responses
give you
this
that.
will solicit.
Johnny says, I think Henry Worry is more like what the Mello trade did to the Knicks.
yeah.
Screw you,
There's an
Knicks.
example. There's an
Rotten
example.
hell, you guys. Rotten hell. Enjoy it.
It's a fair. That is fair.
Shout out
except
to Lala,
for,
by the way.
Deshaun Watson is just better than
He's
Carmelo
not
Anthony
better than
was.
Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony was a top 3 player in the league.
He was not.
Deshaun Watson will never say
That
that.
never happened.
Maybe
Well,
on
yeah, he
one
was.
side of the ball, he was a top 3 scorer in the league.
I mean, there were like the 2.5 seasons or whatever where he played defense, and that's why he was in the MVP conversation, right?
That didn't occur.
Like it was LeBron. Yeah, when you look at the MVP voting, it was LeBron. It was
revisionist history.
no, that's not true at all. That's not true. He's just don't Allie,
The Nuggets were actually better without Melo than they were with him. Everyone knows that. That's how things played out.
They got a haul for Melo.
I don't want to hear the Deshaun Watson just 4 games and then exalting Melo, who as soon as they lost, instantly won like 10 more games.
Is there a trade package that the Texans could get for Deshaun Watson that could get them 5 wins next year?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they would be seeking out players.
Next year, no.
Really?
Yeah, because they could get a Drew Lock to come in there. And if they go out and get, like, let's say they actually wanted the trade that Henry mentioned earlier. So the last 3 years of first and second round picks for the Broncos.
Eric says it's giving up a mystery box for a boat.
Ooh.
I like that.
A goat.
Wow.
More like a goat.
Just like a real mystery box too. Like
just a family.
Like there
guy.
might be like a mansion in that mystery box. There could be like
By
all
the
sorts
boat,
of things.
do you mean Blake Bortles?
You're giving up a boat. You're looking at me.
And
in a
Drew
weird
is
way.
in the comments talking
But you
about
understand,
Melo,
like,
of course.
Deshaun Watson's the boat.
Oh, Deshaun Watson's the
Can we
boat?
put Drew in timeout?
Drew Lock is the mystery box.
Wait, Drew Lock is the mystery box. You're giving up the mystery box for boat. Yeah.
The
again.
likelihood of the mystery box turning into a boat is so slim.
I mean, you got to give me more details about this mystery box.
Guys.
like what's even potentially in
this
it?
is
What's
the
the
most
size? Can I look at it?
This is
On
way
the
too
rails
on
you
the
guys have
rails. I
ever
hate
been.
it.
Yeah, no, it's been
You guys
terrible.
Are
It's
really
been awful.
great
I
discussion.
know.
We're talking
Allie.
football. I'm really proud of you.
Yeah.
I know. This is like when I talk to my sisters about going into therapy, all they can say is like, "Oh, you're such a good job. I'm so proud of you." Like, no. I want to talk about how our upbringing was messed up. That's where I want to go. Camera battery, dangerously low.
no.
Dangerously low.
That means Ben didn't
That'll
do his
get us
job
off
right,
the rails.
right?
That'll get us
No.
off the rails.
Okay. Move on.
Can you fix it?
I want it to be a Ben problem. See, that's who should be crossing the
No.
street. People who can get across fast.
We can
Not that
just
lady
wait
with the
it out
walker.
until it dies.
And then what?
And then you have to charge the battery.
We just took the
We don't have
mystery
enough-
box option.
There's you can't charge the camera well.
Wait.
It's going.
So-
So we should move on.
So we've got a finite amount of time left on the entire show.
There could be like 10, 15, 20.
yeah,
Why are you so
30.
calm right now?
That's not okay.
There's nothing I can do.
What do you
Don't
mean?
use your camera. Your
Okay,
your
Kale
computer
said,
has a
"Do you
camera.
need me to rush to the bar with my
Yes,
cameras?"
of course we do.
Clearly.
We absolutely
Yes.
need that.
Is that even a question?
The tailgate must go on, you guys.
I mean, what? The show just stops? Do we have to stop
That-
drinking
Okay,
too?
famously,
Kale is
as
on
Dre
his
said,
way.
the show
Kale is
must go
saving
on.
the day.
Kale
Wow.
deserves a drink when he gets here.
Big
He's
time.
can have some of
rushing over
mine.
here. He will be here in 30. So we'll have
Oh,
around
Jesus.
30.
Okay, we could can't we do the show dark too?
Oh, and we can do it with your computer camera too,
Holy
right?
cow, dark mode?
Dark mode. You guys will have no idea what we're doing on this side of the camera.
We could do some crazy stuff.
Yeah, Hank, it's getting wild.
Mystery box battery countdown.
This is crazy.
Wow.
Okay, here's this is a mystery box. We have
Everyone
no
is panicking
We have
in the
no idea how much time we have left.
Rightfully so, samesies.
Our
Wow.
time is
Can
limited.
they
my
can
friend.
they see the little
Yes,
battery
they can
thing too?
Oh my God!
yeah,
This is
I mean,
the anxiety
like
that
a
must be
ticking time
causing some
bomb.
people.
Anxiety, spizite.
This would happen on a show like today, right when you guys were on the rails.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that's a bad sign.
Let's move on to some.
Hold
more
on.
Wait, I need to
Hold
send
on,
out
hold
some
on.
Tinder pics.
This is
right,
what
too?
my last
Oh,
point is going to be on Deshaun Watson.
yeah, Tinder pic.
I will give them one of two things.
Oh, no.
You can have all the picks,
Okay.
or you can have all the guys. You just can't have both.
Well, obviously.
So if
They
you
just want picks, by the way. They
that's
don't
fine.
care about our guys.
That's great.
Yeah.
Because the offense will be top 5 in the NFL next year if you add Deshaun Watson.
Dude,
Henry, you look like you're not doing okay.
If you trade,
Top
if you
15
trade all the
maybe.
players,
No,
the team is.
He just said all they want is picks. So I said if you
players
keep
already
the players,
Oh, okay.
if you keep
No
the
one wants
players,
these players, guys.
I mean,
Okay.
people definitely want the players.
they-
if you trade the players, then you're not
No,
any
you
better
aren't.
than the Texans.
Now, well, yes, you
no,
will
you're
be.
not.
You
No,
have a
you,
defense and a running game.
You would
Do you have
start
a running
anew.
game?
You would
Yes.
start anew.
Eh,
Yeah, not really.
it wasn't really a running game this
Without
year.
an O-line.
You don't-
No.
You don't have
Pass.
Bryce
If you
was
have
one
a
of the
passing
guys we were
game, it
talking
helps
about.
the running game.
Well, you wouldn't have a passing game.
What do you mean you have Deshaun Watson?
Well, I mean, he put up numbers even with bad receivers. He could do that here. He could put up numbers with bad receivers here. There
It's-
would
He
be a
wouldn't even
passing game.
have bad
Guys,
receivers.
It's just going to
Well,
be
if you
picks.
trade the players, yeah, that's
We
the
don't
thing.
need to entertain absurd
Okay,
scenarios.
All right, anyways.
upset.
Well,
You can have all the players
That's
or all the
not a
picks. If you
rundown.
want all the picks, you can have them, and you can have the player of your choice. Doesn't even matter who it is, except for
Exactly.
maybe not Garrett Bowles.
Exactly.
crazy that he might be the one untouchable.
They have
that
Laramie
contract-
Tunsil that they're paying more than Garrett
Yeah.
Bowles. So Garrett Bowles, they're not interested. Move
Good. Okay. Lock prop upset.
Aquaman, don't worry. Kale is coming to save the day. He said, I just logged in and now it's going to end due to
No,
bad battery.
it would never. It would never.
The
We
show
will-
must.
We
must
will
go
be
on.
They
on
might
air
just- you
through
might not be
hell
able
and
to
high
see them.
water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Allie just casually
Congrats.
said the show was ending in like 10 minutes.
No, I said it 10.
She's like, well, guys, you guys are screwed, so enjoy your last moment.
It really
What a-
took like her threatening to take us off for us to take back this show that we treat,
Seriously.
no respect for this show.
What do you
typically,
mean?
but- well, because we're off the rails.
We invented this show.
Nothing
That
but
is true.
nonsense. Obviously, we invented. Who else would have
Gamergate
invented
will
it?
prevail.
Kale will prevail.
Gale will prevail, you're right.
Tinder picks. Do you want to update us on
We
the
need to-
GM
we're
interviews?
changing
while
it up
he's
today.
Yeah, we
Tinder
are.
picking it.
How much should the Broncos give up for Deshaun Watson?
Should it be the Broncos? Yeah.
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 Or your team of your choice. I'm sure there's a lot of
What?
trash.
I mean, like, how much should a football
Vikings
team give up
fans
for-
in your
Exactly.
Tinder.
Jacob
Like, they
is
might not be
saying,
familiar
I saw
with the
somewhere
Broncos.
that Watson had the best passer rating in the NFL history in losses this year.
Yep,
Passer
that's
rating
facts.
is flawed, but pretty bonkers stat regardless.
Well, if you've ever gambled on the Texans, you know they're in every single game. They should win every single game, and then boom,
Deshaun
right
Watson
in the red
puts
zone. They
52
blow.
other players on his back and carries them to the finish line every time and then can't make it over.
I'm more of a finish line guy, to be honest.
Ladies, you've been advised. Say that on Tinder. They'd love that.
every pick any player they want. The comments are pretty in agreement. that they
Yeah, I
want
mean,
Deshaun
this
Watson.
is simple stuff.
Exactly.
You never. This might be the last chance you ever get to get a player like this. Okay.
Let's move on to lock prop upset.
Last chance boo, which is what Henry's trying to do on his Tinder.
Oh, like
picks.
last chance you?
Yeah.
Adoy, obviously.
That was terrible.
What?
All right.
That's great.
I'm starting with Spencer.
No,
Spencer, do you have
Peter.
picks today?
Yes, I have a lock prop and upset.
Wow, he's like one of the guys.
Yeah.
I'm like here.
Wow.
To unbutton that.
Henley for the ladies. Hey,
Oh,
the
boy.
ladies want some chest action.
There's not much going on. Like I'm not. I can go one button. Dre, don't give me that face. It's one. I feel like you can do like one button the same way.
What do you think
you
the
need
reaction
more.
would be if the camera died? We kept going, and then when the camera came back, we were all just tarps off.
Okay, Spencer.
All right, my lock today is the Washington football team plus 8.5.
Oh, that is a better. That's a better's pick.
I'm sorry, I don't care if it's Taylor Heineke. I don't care if it's Alex Smith.
No suckers allowed here.
This how have we seen Tom Brady be beaten in the playoffs before? How did the Broncos do it in 2015?
Pass
Pressure
rush, baby.
on the road.
Up the middle, pass rush, and the Washington defensive line is disgusting. Chase Young does want all of Tom Brady, and even though my guy Tristan Wirfs is starting at right tackle for the Buccaneers, I think Chase Young's better than everybody. Defensive Rookie of the Year for sure. I think this game stays close. It could be, getting 8.5 points. They could be down 14 and have a last-second drive. I think the thing about Alex Smith being out, we don't know for sure yet if it's Taylor Heineke or Alex Smith. Alex Smith's a great quarterback, player of the year or comeback player of the year for sure. They should rename the award after him. But it's not like he's the one. He's pushing the ball down the field. Taylor Heineke can throw 17 outs to his running backs and 17 ins to Terry McLaurin. That's exactly what Taylor Heineke's going to do. That's exactly what Alex Smith would do. This game is going to be close. Tom Brady's going to be bothered all day. He's not going to be able to push the ball down the field. Take Washington football team plus 8.5, 7, anything down to 7.5, 9, anything, wherever you can find it. DraftKings Sportsbook had it at 8.5, so I'm taking that.
Real quick, does anyone here know where Taylor Heineke went to college?
Rice.
Is that a guess?
No, I think that's for sure.
He's an
Florida
owl.
Atlantic University.
ODU.
Oh, yeah. Well, he had to email his professors 2 weeks ago because he was taking finals and be like, "Yo, I'm playing football," and had to postpone his finals because he was in the game 2 weeks ago against I don't remember who they played, but he's basically still taking college classes and came out, and then they had that great quote with Chase Young where Chase Young's like, "You got this," and he just said, "This is what I do," which is kind of funny because it's Taylor Heineke and he's not a starting quarterback.
Would you be
but-
willing to drink Heineken in honor of Taylor
Obviously.
Heineke?
If the Washington
Obviously
football
not.
team wins today, I will chug 12 Heinekens in a row after the game.
We would never.
Breck Brew.
Is the say at ODU, yeah, I'm ODU, yeah, we know you? Is that how they do it out there? Is that what happens at ODU?
I don't think anything happens at ODU.
Allie knows a little bit about ODU, right?
I do. I don't know
Oh, sick.
if that's what they
I'm
said.
trying to get Allie to bring
I
up
would
this
assume
tweet.
it's not.
I'm curious to see if she'll actually do it.
Do you see it? I'm trying to get it to the main screen. I also want to state, I charged the battery overnight. I don't know what happened. Kale's on his way, though.
This is an unders game, right, folks?
All right, I just want everyone to see this tweet because I think it's the tweet of the week. So, yeah, I don't need to like say anything. You just
I mean,
That's
while
the
the
tweet.
battery's active, you
it's
might
so
as
good.
well
It's so good. The best tweet
hurt your eyes.
I've seen in the last 7 days. Okay, you can pull it off now.
So the total went up a point since Tyler Heineke was declared the starter.
Wow.
That's great.
Nobody's talking
great.
about Montez.
As they should.
He was 50-50 going to be the. It was like they wouldn't say whether it was going to be Montez or Heineke a few weeks ago, and they went with Heineke. There was a moment where this could have been like a Steven Montez plot line.
Dre is giving me life on this snowy Saturday morning.
Hell yeah. All right.
Joseph.
What I love.
Good
to
Let's
job,
go
Dre.
prop, Spence.
Prop, I'm all in on the Washington football team
Yeah, he
today.
really is.
J.D. McKissick over 35.5 receiving yards. He's got 80 catches this year. Taylor Heineke, Alex Smith, like I said, don't care. There's a lot of throwing to the running backs, a lot of quick throws,
Yeah.
and he's going to
J.D.
easily
McKissick
have
would have
35
led
and a
the
half yards.
Broncos in receptions.
Yes, he
That's
had
crazy.
80 catches for, I believe, 600-plus yards.
Dang.
So I think, that's the way they're going to keep this game close. They're going to try to hold the ball as long as they can. They're going to run the ball. They're going to throw short patterns. That's what Washington does, and J.D. McKissick's going to have 50-plus yards receiving
Yeah,
today.
him and Logan Thomas, I kind of think. Nice games.
Is America getting soft? I feel like
yeah.
people are suddenly like wanting Tom Brady to like make a run this playoffs.
Not me.
Like
No.
there's nothing I would
Never.
rather see than Chase Young
Ever.
putting Tom Brady's face in
Yeah.
the dirt.
I
12
will
times
say
today.
I think
the-
that's how
multiple.
most people
This
do.
might be like sacrilege, but in the
Nice.
last couple of years, like in the playoffs, when you see Tom Brady out there, I have thought like, wow, it is kind of crazy. Like one score game, fourth quarter, Tom Brady. How many times are you really gonna get to see this again? But no, I want to see him like buried in the ground.
Thank God.
On the DNVR Avalanche podcast, they were choosing a women's league of hockey team to follow, and I not in my good heart could I ever choose a Boston team, and Tom
Yeah.
Brady is a big part of that.
No doubt.
Never.
No.
That's why Allie's the
No.
the model that walks by.
the GOAT.
Wow. Smooth.
Also, Brady road playoff games, he stinks.
All the comments
He
agree.
Yeah,
stinks.
that is true.
He's terrible.
More interceptions than touchdowns, right?
I think we
You're
might be
garbage,
getting
Tom
caught
Brady.
up a little. Like this might be affecting our judgment a little bit, but it's okay.
What's the record for bad playoff teams in the playoffs?
Really good.
It's phenomenal. We
It's-
don't even need exact numbers for you. There you go.
I'm pretty sure they're undefeated against the spread. I'm not sure about if they're actually
Bad
undefeated.
playoff teams.
I think
Under sub 500 teams
Okay.
that make the playoffs and host a home game
yeah.
are actually they're undefeated in the wild card round.
Yeah,
I'm
I
willing
think
to say
they're 3-0
that.
in the last 3 games at least.
Not happening this year though.
Straight.
I'll say that.
Broncos are
Bucks
one
are
of those.
too good.
No,
Broncos Steelers, right?
they were 8-8.
But even that should count. Even that should count. All right, you're going against the pack here. You're going against the pack.
Yes, my upset's going to be Los Angeles Rams plus 128.
What?
Wait, where'd the battery thing go?
It's behind the thing. I don't know if that makes
And
me
the
feel better or not.
graphic. I
gone.
love it.
I don't know.
Love
if,
it.
but
Why can't
I'm
you
like,
charge a battery
do I-
while it's being used?
Can't be done.
Because it doesn't allow you.
Huh.
It's a very flawed system.
It
you
is.
need a whole, and they don't sell it at Best Buy. They don't
We
sell
should
it
have like a
anywhere.
countdown to Kale on the side. Like it shows his location as he's getting closer.
Yeah. Can we?
See, it's still at one bar. We still have
we
one
could,
bar.
If you
That's not really one bar.
have him share his location
You're
on
right.
iMessage.
It's gone down to like half.
This is like when I drove to and from Boulder on empty, no problem.
Share the location on
Steady
iMessage.
hand, no issues
Steady
at all.
hand?
Kale
No
is
panic.
a Samsung user.
Of course he does.
So we can't have him turn on Find My Friends.
No.
Whatever it's
Shouts
called.
to them.
Do you want me to share my location with you, Allie?
No.
You know,
We can already see it on your
we'd
snap
be
maps.
It could be kind of fun. Oh, you could. You can always see me.
when it's like 10 minutes before the show and we have no idea where you are, if you're alive, if you're
Oh.
okay. I guess in those moments it would be nice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you can have my location.
Okay. Rams. Huh?
Rams upset.
Big Walford and Heineke
I'm a
guy over here.
I'm going all in on the backup quarterbacks. I just think that the
TJ Yates, your kind of guy too.
Yeah, I'm a big TJ Yates stan. I think Los Angeles, like one of the big parts of the reason that Seattle's been so good in the playoffs and so good at home is the 12th man. That's one of the hardest places to play, and it's going to be quiet today in Seattle. I think Sean McVay wants to prove to everybody that he's a Super Bowl coach, not just a guy that had a 1 year, splash in the pan. I don't care who's playing quarterback for them.
I like
That's
it.
a hybrid.
I really like
it's like a splash and a flash.
I like it.
Yeah, this
love
beer's,
that.
this juice drop's getting to me.
I feel you.
Juice drop, it's different.
But
Has anyone mentioned your shirt?
Oh yeah,
I mean, I am
Look at his shirt.
he's a juice drop himself.
truly.
Dre is a juice drop.
Okay, you can keep talking.
I think Los Angeles Rams lead the NFL in defense, passing yards per game. I don't think Russell Wilson has that great of a day. Jalen Ramsey's only allowed like 6 catches on, I think, 13 or 14 targets to DK Metcalf this season. It depends upon
Jalen
how
Ramsey
well.
will clamp DK Metcalf. This much I'm confident. in.
Exactly. So Tyler Lockett may be in for a huge game or big game, but I think Los Angeles pulls it out on the road at Seattle without the crowd. So plus 128.
If
Book
you
it.
like the Rams, I think you love the under too.
Yes, love 42.5 last time I checked, and I love the under.
For the Hawks is crazy, but
Does this
that should
mean
tell you
Eric
something.
and Adam are together?
Mara
smiled.
smiled at. No, I just think that he's another guy who says things like that, just like you,
Oh.
Yeah. And Dre.
and Dre.
I make up
Pretty much everybody.
euphemisms left
Yeah.
and right. Yes.
Okay, Henry, lock prop upset.
You got those Tinder pics out?
My luck. Yeah, I sent them all. I have one more I might send. But
What's her
Love
name?
it.
we'll get into that. Browns +6, I believe, is the lock.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Can we get this guy some glasses?
I was gonna say.
Do we need
I
a
know.
GoFundMe?
I know
Wow.
Penny and Janice listen to the show.
For my
so
birthday.
Penny, Janice,
Listen
please.
for my-
For the
Henry needs
last
glasses.
episode of the Fantasy Podcast, we talk about that in depth. Henry definitely has been given prescription glasses. They got broken when people
I think we
charged
talked about
the
that here.
field.
I think on
Yes,
the
we
tailgate.
did.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
charged the field
over
after
2
Nebraska.
years ago.
It was
2 years
over
ago.
a year
Right.
ago.
Okay,
over
over
a year ago.
a year
My
and a half.
goodness.
A year and a half,
it wasn't
at
even a
least.
year ago that I
At
lost them
least.
because it was like this time of year. Silent
I
disco.
the silent
made a
disco.
TikTok
Silent disco.
about it. It was on this show.
So
I was walking around a
All right,
silent
anyways,
disco with
Brown-
one arm.
You like the Browns?
Oh, who doesn't? I mean, here's the
all
thing.
suckers love the Browns for sure.
Kevin
No,
Stefanski.
no, I like the Browns too. I'm not a
Makes sense.
sucker.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So the Browns, I mean, the Steelers aren't going to score enough points to win by more than 6 points. Like, that's just how I feel. And I went back and forth, and I was like, I'm not going to put the Browns as my lock and my upset. That's too many eggs in one basket.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Dude, I'm overthinking these now, but yeah.
Speaking of eggs in the basket, Ben, will you go upstairs to the office and bring us some more juice drops? Thanks.
Yeah.
Peter is asking real quick. So if the RK special is Strawberry Sky and the Hop Peak IPA, is the Doctor's special the Strawberry Sky and Juice Drop IPA?
No, that's still mine. That's just called the RK Special 2.0.
Okay.
Michael's saying fire shirt RK
Thank you. Allie's grandma got it for me, believe it or not.
Christmas gift. Yeah.
Wow.
Did the
Shout
Browns
out
even practice
Abuela.
this week?
AKA Abuelita.
They practiced yesterday for the first time all week.
They
Well,
had a walkthrough today.
Walk through today, and their play
fine.
caller and head coach won't be
They're
there.
fine.
Worth mentioning when these teams played at full strength week 5. We did this pick. You two love the Browns. The Steelers hammered them 38-7. So
That was
Just
back
a-
when the Steelers were a decent football
a
team.
Exactly.
counter argument to
And
the Steelers can't score enough
More
points.
importantly,
Scored 22 with Mason Rudolph last
Ben
year.
Roethlisberger doesn't.
Ben
oh,
Roethlisberger.
yeah.
Don't be so mean.
Here's,
to
the
him.
Steelers offense just doesn't have it anymore. That was a totally different team. They were really good. They were winning a whole bunch of games, and they were able to pull out some wins recently, and congrats on that. But they just aren't there. They're not going to win by 6, and I think, like, of all the upsets, that's the best value to me. I feel like this is almost a toss-up of a game.
I don't disagree.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think it's a coin flip game.
I think the Browns not having Stefanski hurts more than people think. and their play caller on offense. But I think
Ben Girding.
Oh, it's
Great.
gone.
Oh. I was just about to say,
Ben
greater
McIntyre.
sign Ben Roethlisberger.
Wow. Is there a way to track Kale using that screen now?
I
What
was-
are we getting?
I
Oh,
wish.
light the grill.
I was going to say I'm with you guys on the Browns until I rewatch the 2 games these teams played prior in the regular season.
I'm curious how much not being able to see Henry's face hurts our ratings.
And now I'm convinced.
DNVR dark
Well,
mode.
we'll just not have any shots
All
right now.
I'm going to call Kale right now.
Can you hold the phone up to
Speaker.
your speaker?
Yes, I'll do that.
Oh, man.
We'll
That's
get to
intense.
more lock prop upsets here in a second.
you hear
oh,
this?
yeah. we
Yes,
can
yes,
hear it.
yes.
Tell me it's on air.
Hi, Kale.
Oh, boy.
Hi, you're on air, just so you know.
I'm on air. Hello, everybody.
So the camera
Kale.
has officially died,
Nice.
Oh, okay.
and the people want to know your location.
They love it.
I'm in Hampton.
Where's that?
Oh, he's coming from the other side of town.
The east.
The east. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Hampton,
Maybe
better
south.
known as
he was coming from the south.
285. Highway
south.
285 to some.
Yes, the south.
Hamden is pretty far away.
Okay, so,
So we're going to have to endure a little bit.
okay,
Endure.
yeah.
Well, if
Like,
anyone
People
can
wanted to
endure.
put a tracker on you to be able to see your live movements, but we can't do that, obviously.
Ask Kale what is he going to get off on university?
Are you going to get off on university?
Yes.
Okay. So we're about 4 to 5 minutes away from university and then about 10 minutes from
Yeah,
there.
I would say probably 10, 12 minutes.
All right. So we got to lock in here. Luckily, we can still do the graphics.
Okay, well, we want to get back to my prop. then?
Okay, bye, Gail. Thank you.
Dang. That's his
No,
prop?
don't drive safely.
No.
Don't worry.
Quickly.
I'm a little.
Safely.
It's
50-50. Even both on the mind.
we
We
kind
got-
of
we got this
did
boosted,
Kale
right?
dirty in the sense that by the time he gets here, it'll be 10:45.
But those
We can- maybe
15
we'll run
minutes
late.
well worth
Yeah.
You can run late.
We'll run
worth
late
it.
for the
those
people.
15 minutes well worth it, I say.
My prop, though, is Jonathan Taylor to score the first touchdown, plus 750.
You know, Ryan and I got those
We got to
boosted.
boost it to 950.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Well, it
I
was
will
our
let you-
mystery boost.
you
What'd
can
you get as your
Venmo me.
mystery boost.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll work something out. We'll
Yeah,
work something out.
I, too, will finance your
That
first
is
touchdown bet.
a great deal. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor, though, he's been really, really good. Even in the weeks where he hasn't put up, like, massive totals, the efficiency's
Yeah.
been there. And I think that if you're looking for a first touchdown scorer, he's as good a bet as anybody in this game, especially with that value. I really think that this is going to hit. I just have good feelings.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
Okay.
then you have a prop. Or an
that was
upset.
the prop. The
He has
upset
an
was the
upset.
Browns.
You took Browns money line as your lock and Browns
Yeah.
Browns
Yeah.
spread as your lock and Browns money line as
That's
your
his
upset.
upset.
I've never
He's
been
all
less
in on the
confident.
Browns.
That's what I was saying. Is like last
Ryan,
night I was like going back
come
and forth.
on,
I was
man.
like, I gotta take him off the upset and find somebody else. And I was like,
They-
well, I can't. And
they-
same thing with the lock.
They beat him by 2 points last week in a meaningless game for the Steelers with Mason.
But they
Rudolph.
didn't have receivers.
No, they did. Rashard Higgins, Jarvis Landry, they played last week.
No, they didn't.
That was the week prior. Yeah. Yeah, I went back to the tape and I got all
They
this
didn't play
research.
week 16.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah.
Oh,
and no
boy.
Stefanski.
Oh,
Don't walk into this trap.
Oh,
It's
no.
not a trap.
We've lost
Walk into
Henry
the trap.
already.
Cheese. He sees the cheese.
Just keep
Don't take
walking.
the
It's not a
cheese.
trap.
We've lost
Everybody who's
Henry
walking
already.
right now, you're going where you need to be.
Yeah.
Keep walking. It's not a trap.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Sorry,
my memory
guys.
is getting this bad.
That's the narration to someone walking you right into the
It is
trap.
not a
super
trap.
innocently.
We're
Yeah,
just
so-
walking to the big pot of gold.
I'm
There's a
fading
big pot of gold
I'm
right in
fading
front of
Big
you.
Ben's washed ass.
Honestly, that might be the play to go. I
Yeah,
isolated
and that offensive
EW to the last 7 games, and they semi-like the Browns. That's the only good piece of news I have for you.
Just
though.
so
'Cause
everyone-
no Stefanski, like they're screwed, man.
Luckily, I
They're
have
done with
plenty
those
of good news.
The other thing about the Browns, if they get down by double digits early, done. Done.
Steelers can stop scoring.
Just so everyone who's still on the
Done.
stream knows,
Steelers
all of
can
us
stop
have
scoring.
our shirts off right now.
That's what people are asking.
Yep.
Well,
Why aren't you
Things
going
are
to tell them
getting-
about our pants?
Well,
the sun's out. You know what out.
Did I get all of you?
Oh,
no, that's
Well,
that's
you.
you.
That's
We
you.
see you. We see
But
you.
The
You look
light
great, though.
looks great, Allie.
Nice.
Like,
Okay,
really
Ryan.
nice. Yeah.
That's what this is about.
Yeah,
You
no doubt.
flirting with Allie.
Allie is getting creative over here.
Oh, that's us. Wow.
If this ends up being on the
Holy
stream,
snap.
oh
Really?
my God, we are back.
That's such a bad angle for me. though.
yeah.
Yeah, we're a little out of focus.
Yeah,
it's mostly just Spence.
Is this in like
there anything
portrait
wrong with
mode
that?
and Spence is
Spence is like
at
in
this.
4K HD.
no one has.
Why don't you flip it so
better
it's not the
production than
selfie
us.
camera?
Allie, I have
yeah.
terrible news. Low battery on the computer right now.
Oh, yes, yes. No, yes, we can see that.
On which
Let's
computer?
go. Ben, let's go. Computer charger. We need it,
Run.
baby.
Oh,
yeah,
look
laptop.
at everything that's plugged
We
into
need
that
the
computer
laptop.
right now,
We
too.
need the laptop.
I honestly think it was better when we were just off air.
No.
Okay. Anyways, we put
what?
our shirts back on. I can't believe you just unveiled that without
know.
us.
Does anyone have a MacBook table?
You
no.
do.
This is being used to connect this.
Oh, I can give Ben my keys and he can go to our house.
I have one in my car.
Okay. Can you give
now
Ben
we're
your keys?
working.
Is it one of these?
At the
USB-C.
flash, yeah.
I mean, I just want to point out that once it was
My
said
keys are in my jacket
that
right
this
there.
was the most on the
It's the
rails
Audi
show
right
we've
outside
ever
the front
done,
back door.
Allie took it off the rails.
things have
Allie
fallen.
ruined everything.
And it's just in. You can just grab the whole backpack.
That shows what's under the table, and that's proprietary information.
Yeah, let's go back to the other angle. Allie, could you just hold
That's
it
what we're tuning in for.
over
kids.
your head?
Just stand on the table.
This is. If anyone is just now tuning in, oh, no, Hank.
This is legendary.
I can.
Hell yeah. There he is.
Maybe from over
No,
there.
he is.
I need better.
Oh gosh, this is live.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
This is like drone footage. No, do like drone footage. Yeah,
Do
yeah.
the
yeah.
drone
We
footage.
have a drone. Could we connect the drone? We should connect the drone. Wow.
Yes.
Just
Where is the
drone
drone?
footage of the boys going ham.
Do
You
we
gotta
keep the
love
drone at the bar?
Juice drop.
I know there's a drone.
it. We do have a drone.
Ryan, what
We
what
should
have you done?
use
I have
the
a drone.
drone for
I have a
this.
drone.
What?
What have you done on your
Dual
lock props and
drones.
upset?
Oh,
Double
okay.
drones.
Yeah.
Allie, are you able to switch the graphic to my lock prop upset?
But also try not to move that camera. No, don't stop moving around when you're clicking buttons.
Yes.
It kind of has like
Everyone's
the
in
office
frame.
feel,
Yeah,
you know,
this is
handheld
Oh,
cameras.
yeah.
Handheld big time.
What's going on?
You don't remember
Okay.
your lock props and upset?
Okay, my lock. No, I don't remember.
You got it.
anything.
You
Yeah,
can do
but
this, bro.
make fun
You
of
can
me when
do
it happens
this.
to me. Nobody
Alright.
remembers anything. It's fine.
My lock. Bills minus 6.5.
Yeah.
The best team in football, the Buffalo Bills.
Kind of like this.
Minus 6.5.
Wow.
I think they're
Great
going
picks
ham
by
today.
Great
And I actually haven't gotten that pick in yet, so I need to do it. Oh, Ben, do a good job.
There you go, Ben.
Wow.
There he
I
is.
can't see anything.
Someone's flown a drone.
Oh, we're
before.
oh, no. Please do not show under the table.
I
Jeez,
love it.
That is
I
a
love
violation
it.
of privacy.
Yeah.
You have great picks here, Ryan. Really good job by you.
Oh, thank you. We're hearing all that, yeah. Oh, okay.
And
my lock is the Bills minus 6.5. They are the best team in football.
how many bottles of wine deep were you when you made these picks?
1.
Legendary stuff.
Yeah,
I would suggest.
LeBron Yamas, as some call him.
Okay. Wine.
He likes wine, yeah.
Well, many people do.
Oh, hi,
many
Allie.
people do. Not just LeBron James.
Oh, no.